Garth Green was born right here in Cedar City in 1949 to parents Orwin Hyatt Green and Clara Dover Green. His father was the very first full-time fire chief in Cedar City. Garth grew up on 900 West, where the SUU Stadium now sits. He attended South Elementary, Cedar High School, and SUU, then called SUSC. During college, he worked at First Security Bank, now called Wells Fargo. At the bank, he operated the very first computer in Cedar City and used it to transmit information to Salt Lake each night. After graduation, he became a bank manager. He was known as the fix-it guy. Every 2 years for the next 10 years, the bank moved Garth and our family to different struggling banks around southern Utah, and Garth's job was to fix them, and he did. After each success, he was given the next task. After 10 years, he became the vice president over the bank's commercial lending in southern Utah. But after 10 years away, he missed his hometown of Cedar City. Garth always wanted to teach his boys the value of hard work, but the bank wouldn't even let them mow the lawn. In 1989, Garth had a midlife crisis. He decided to quit the bank and move home to Cedar City. Not knowing what he was going to do next, but believing in his entrepreneurial vision, he arrived back in Cedar City. The first summer, he built, with the help of a few teenagers, our family home, which he still lives in on Roundtree Drive. While building, he realized that he couldn't find the plumbing parts he needed in Cedar City and followed his entrepreneurial nose to fill the need. He cashed in his 401k and founded Southwest Plumbing Supply in 1989 and grew it to where in 2005 it was a 6-branch regional supplier with around 50 employees. In 2001, Garth was in Brazil picking up his Missionary Son. They took a wrong turn into a rough area of Rio de Janeiro.
2 men were shot March 13th during a robbery in Rio de Janeiro.
And they were both shot 3 times.
The shooters hit Bradley and his father Garth.
Through some unbelievable miracles and the grace of God,
we have felt those prayers, and we know that they were answered.
Garth and Brad both recovered and learned that their life had a purpose bigger than their own. In 2005, Garth decided it was time to give back. He retired from the day-to-day of the supply house to serve the world. He was called to serve humanitarian missions, where he built systems to bring clean water and solve sewage problems in over 129 communities in Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Malaysia, and Mexico. He was then sent to Europe to teach self-employment and help build businesses in England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and others. After Europe, he spent time here in southern Utah helping farmers develop and install systems to efficiently water crops. Then he was called to serve in the Philippines, where he was in charge of developing a new self-reliance program, where he helped thousands of individuals gain the training, skills, and knowledge they needed to find their way out of poverty. Garth is absolutely a get-it-done guy. If something needs to get done, ask Garth Green to do it, and it will happen. He's also a can-do guy. He never gives the typical government answer, "You can't do that." He's the guy that always says, "How can we make that happen?" He's now home in Cedar City to stay and knows that God has sent him down the path of his life in order for him to serve others and protect freedom. He is running for Cedar City Mayor because his life experience, skills, and knowledge have uniquely qualified him to solve the problems our city faces. He could have enjoyed an easy retirement, but that's not who he is. He needs to be doing something all the time and is willing to put his time, efforts, and money into making our community a better place for all and for our posterity. Please join me in welcoming the next mayor of Cedar City, Garth Green.